up, you guys, and welcome to the Beauty Blender Knockdown Showdown Challenge thing. I don't know. I am putting every beauty blender on the market that I could get my hands on to the test to see if they truly are all different or if they're all the same. And if they are different, what's different about them? Hopefully we can find the best beauty blender for your money at this video. So without further ado, let's get started. The foundation I'm going to be using is the Born This Way by Too Faced foundation. This is my go-to foundation. I know what it looks like when applied with a Morphe buffer brush. This is the foundation I have on right now. I know what this foundation is supposed to do and what it's supposed to look like. So I'm going to take off the foundation on one side, because this side was applied with the Morphe buffer brush. So that way we can compare and know what we're working with. The reason I love this foundation is because it is very full coverage. And as you can probably see, I have very red skin. Okay, so first up is the original Beauty Blender. I have a little bowl of water in front of me so I don't have to keep getting up because I'm lazy. Laziness at its finest, people. Okay, so pretty normal. Did what it's supposed to do. I have used this foundation with the regular Beauty Blender before. Pretty good. Did a good job of covering up the redness, didn't grab too much of my product. So, obviously Beauty Blender is the bomb.com. So since it's the only one we've tested so far, I'm going to put this in first. Okay, so next up is the Flower 3-in-1 Blending Sponge. So it kind of has like a slant right here. So that is for hard to reach areas, and then the tip is for application around eyes and nose. Dang! Holy crap! That freaking grew. I mean, I know they like double in size, but good Lord. I got big. So we're just going to use the bottom. Right off the bat, the Beauty Blender has some density to it. And right off the bat, this one feels very soft. Like, almost like a memory foam. It's very soft. So I don't know if that's going to be a good thing or bad thing. Okay, so let's see. It is a little splotchy. It didn't cover up the redness as good as a Beauty Blender. And I feel like it took some of my product. Whereas the Beauty Blender gave everything to me. I feel like this sucked up a lot of it. So we're going to put this in second place right now. Next up is the e.l.f. Blending Sponge. Okay, so here's what it looks like. Looks a lot like the Morphe sponge. Like, pretty much ideally to the Morphe sponge. So we will see. Oh gosh. So same amount of growth with the Flower sponge. But right off the bat, it's a lot denser than the Flower. It almost reminds me of a Beauty Blender. The Beauty Blender's a little bit more dense, but this is so soft. So a little bit denser, which is good. It has the flattened edge and the point, and it's easy to grip. I like the ones that are kind of shaped like this because it makes it easier to grip. Difference between the flower has that angled side, whereas this is just circular all the way around. Compared to the Beauty Blender, it's a Beauty Blender, you know. So I do like these a little bit better on how they're easier to grip, but so far I'm liking this more than this one because it's more dense. Doesn't feel like it's gonna fall apart in my hand. Okay, so let's see what we got. It's weird. Woo! Wow. Not patchy at all. Did not take much of my product. Let's see. Let's try the... It does have a smell to it, but I think you're going to get that with every new sponge. It did really good. Holy crap. I think I might like this one better than the Beauty Blender. Never thought I'd say that. Y'all, that did really good. Holy crap. Okay. So, e.l.f. takes first place. Beauty Blender is in second. And Flower Blending Sponge is in third. Who knew? Okay, so next we're going to go into the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. Miracle coverage, wet or dry. That's intriguing. Okay, so we have the same thing with Flower, that flat side, and then we have the rounded pointed side. Okay, so first we're going to try it dry to see what's up with that. Okay, so dry, yes, it does very full coverage, but I feel like it's just caked on rather than blended in. So I don't think I like it dry. It looks very cakey. Okay, so I don't think I like using it dry. So now we are going to soak it. Okay, so we have soaked it, and now we are going to see if I like it any better wet. For some reason, it is not wanting to do my nose. Like, I cannot get it to keep the foundation on my nose. Every time I do my nose, it's just moving it around. It's not... Maybe my face is still wet? Yeah, okay, so I don't, which is, because I love Real Techniques brushes, but for some reason, it's moving the foundation around. It's not blending it in. And then the flat surface is weird. Like it's not bad, it's just different. Okay, so based on blending, it did blend pretty good. But I'm gonna have to move it to the end, to the last place, because it won't put foundation on my nose. Like, right here, you can see that little red patch. It's so weird. But then, can I get over the fact that it's not covering my nose? Because I feel like it did do better than Flower. But can I get over the fact that it's missing a whole patch of my nose? I'm gonna have to put it in last place. So far, 5th place. Okay, so I did not realize that I picked up 2 of the same brand. These are by Eco Tools. And I think this is the same brush. All right, so, yep, I think these are the same sponge. Okay, well, we'll try the gray one. So, a little bit different design. This has a, like the Real Technique, a larger flat surface. And then, like the Flower, a shorter flat surface and then a rounded edge. Looks more like a beauty blender because of the shape. It doesn't have that grip that these have, that little indentation. So shaped a little bit more like a beauty blender. So let's see. Okay, so now that it's wet, it has a, like a squared edge right up top. So that might be good for like getting in the corners and the crevices. So let's see. I'm going to try to use all sides to see which one works. So did pretty good overall. I like how this one has more shapes than any of the others, whereas most of the others have like 1 or 2 surfaces that you can use, but this has about 4. Has the longer flat, short flat, the squared tip, and the round. So I do like that. Gives you a little bit more diversity in one sponge. And it covered really well. But did it cover better than our first place, which is the e.l.f.? Again, the e.l.f. is denser. So I'm going to have to bump this up to first place just because of the versatility of it. About how it has 4 different sides rather than 2. Okay, next up is the Ulta Beauty Super Blender. Okay, so right off the bat, it does look like the e.l.f. one. It looks exactly like the e.l.f. one. The e.l.f. one is still denser. It has a little bit more resistance than these, so I don't feel like it's gonna, like bounce all over your face like a freaking bouncy ball. Okay, so again, has that really nice shape, which I am discovering that I like because it's easier to bounce and hold on to. So, wow. This is doing really good. Crap, this is doing really good. But I like this one because of the diversity. Okay, wait. It may not be covering my nose. Hold on. So it is spreading it a little bit too thin for my liking. So because of that, I think we're going to put this one in fourth place. Okay, and last but certainly not least, the Morphe Flawless Beauty Sponge. I have heard people rave about this sponge, saying like how great it is, how amazing it is, and Morphe has some really good stuff. So let's see. Universal shape for beauty blenders apparently is that nice little indentation. Makes it easier to just, pretty good size. I feel like the freaking Flower one got huge. I don't know why. Like, it's bigger than all the others. Okay, so let's take this side off. Here we go. Yes, honey. Oh my gosh. Okay, there's a reason people are raving about this. OMGza. Holy crap. Okay, wait. Gotta do the nose test. Bitch. Yes. Where'd it go? Oh my gosh. Holy crap. Okay. First place. Winner. Over. Oh my gosh. You guys. Holy crap. Good freaking job, Morphe. It's, okay. Let me back up. It's smooth. It's not cakey. There's no redness. It covered my damn nose, which apparently some of y'all are having trouble with. Flawless. Covered my damn nose. It's not cakey. It's not patchy. This side looked better than this side. Oh my gosh. Okay. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Alright, so in first place we have the Morphe Flawless Blender, which will set you back about $7. Not too bad considering the fact that it makes you look like a freaking goddess. Okay, so if you want to be a goddess, Morphe's your place. Okay, so in second place we have the Eco Tool Sponge, which will set you back about $5. The fact that it had a, just different shapes everywhere. It's pretty much 4 in 1. And that's what I really liked about it. Not the fact that it covered any better than the others, just the fact that it was so diverse and you had options. In third place is the e.l.f. sponge, which will set you back about $4. Not too bad. Like the Morphe sponge, the same shape and everything, and still covered really pretty. So if you'd rather get your sponges in store rather than having to order online, definitely look into the e.l.f. one, because Morphe they just opened 2 stores, but they're pretty much based in California. Now, they did go into Ulta, which is where I got mine from, but if your Ulta doesn't have them yet, definitely check out the e.l.f. one. It's pretty much the same thing, just the Morphe's a whole lot better, but this will cost you about $4. Okay, so in fourth place, which is the tried and true Beauty Blender, a little bit more on the expensive side, will set you back about $20, but again, if you can get access to first, second, or third place on this list, you don't really need a Beauty Blender. Just the tried and true, but if you're just wanting a Beauty Blender to say you have a Beauty Blender, definitely worth it. Still a really good sponge. Okay, so in fifth place we have the Ulta sponge, which will set you back $5. Still a really good sponge, but had trouble stealing my product. It took a good amount and it just covered way too sheer. So if you like a sheer coverage, or if you're just trying to go for like a natural look or anything other than full coverage, check out the Ulta sponge. Still a good sponge, just not for me, because I do like a fuller coverage. And in sixth place is the Flower sponge, which will cost you about $5. It's just so soft. It didn't have any density to it or structure. I just feel like it was bouncing all over my face. It really wasn't doing any good for me. So not worth the money for me. If for some reason you need a softer sponge, maybe for contouring or powder, it might be really good with powder. So because it's not as dense, so it might be good with powder. And it did have that sloped edge, the curved edge, and the flat edge, and the universal shape, which makes it easy to hold. Just a little too squishy for me. And in dead last for me was the Real Technique sponge, which will cost about $6. I couldn't cover the nose. I don't know why. It just had trouble with the nose. I really liked the whole flat area and then the rounded and the tip, but it was almost like it was too flat. It felt awkward to pat the flat surface on your face like that. And I don't know if because of that, it just couldn't get my nose, or it could be because it stole all of my product. You can literally see my product, just a spot of it, exactly where I put it. It just sucked it up, just ate it. So that's probably why it didn't spread very well, because it stole everything and there was nothing left to spread. So for me, this is the last place. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something. I hope this test helped you to determine which one would work for you. There are a lot of sponges on the market these days, but I think if you go with anything from 1st to 4th, you will be good, which are these: the Morphe Eco Tools, Elf, and the Beauty Blender. I think if you go with either one of these, they will be perfect for you, just depending on what you are looking for. Okay, well, that is it for me today, you guys. I hope you had fun. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this, or if you have any suggestions about what you want me to test next. Drop a comment down there. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and family. Maybe help them out along the way. Christmas is coming up. Stocking stuffer! I love you guys, and I will see you later. Mwah! Okay, so the foundation... Morphe. Then we go into Spanish, which I cannot read. Okay, so again, Hercules. Okay, I'm gonna soak it in water now. Do you hear my dog snoring? Can you snore somewhere else, please? Hold on. Budro.